Let's take a trip down the area where most of the structures are that maintained the ranch. This area here, which is labeled as Park Office, was a cowboy bunkhouse at one time. Then it became the caretaker's house as the ranch changed hands and was at times vacant. And now it's the Park Office. This building was at one time a machine shop and later actually a firehouse for City of Las Vegas. It also housed the tractors, harvesters, and other farming machines. The interior was changed to adjust to the present day park function. So more than likely, these had a series of garage doors and was not used to handle horses. Now I want you to see again that each of the buildings has that cupola up there. First for decorative purposes, and then also to allow heat to escape from the building. And there appears to be one cupola per building, which brings up why this next building has two of them. When they did the historical research on the ranch, they found that these were actually two buildings, and that this center portion here was added later. There was a driveway going to the back where the hay barn is, but they filled that in and joined the two buildings. And that might explain why this particular building has two cupolas. Clearly this portion of the building was earmarked for horses, so this is one of the stables. And now the only occupants seem to be pigeons. And this was probably even either a barn office or a tack room. In the background is the huge hay barn, which is also used as an event type center. Now, in looking at the write-up for the National Historic Register, there were two chicken coops represented by these two buildings, this one and the one down there. But according to that, the old chicken coops were removed. So I'm not sure if they changed their minds and left the foundation up and actually rebuilt the chicken coops to look as they were back then. Let's see what the signage says. These two buildings were built as chicken coops. Chickens provided eggs and meat for ranch guests and staff. The buildings continue to serve as coops and animal housing for the park and were renovated in 2010. So they were renovated and were not removed, as it was stated in the register write-up. So again, there's the copula, one for each building, and the rounded beams, which is supposed to be a representative of that colonial ranch style architecture, and the concrete bricks that are there. The next building served multi-purpose. One, it was a dairy building. It was also probably a slaughterhouse. The animals were slaughtered in the back of this building. And on this side of the house, there was a large walk-in freezer where they would freeze the meat of the slaughtered animals. And they would also store the dairy products. This is just a feeding stall for the animals. I think I had an actual picture of horses eating out of those feed stalls there back in 2008. When I first visited here. But I'm surprised. I thought they had a horse rescue operation that helped veterans with PTSD to recover. But I don't see any horses here now. Then as we move over, we get over to the pig shed. They used to have a riding concession here. And then that organization, what is it, Horses for Heroes or something like that, used to have their horses here. And this must be the downhill slight slope that leads to pig barns. Again, note the architecture, the cupola at the top, the rounded beams creating the roof support. The buildings to the left and right, which are the ones, let's see, this is the one to the left that we passed, and this is the one to the right. The buildings to the left and right were used to house pigs. The animals were raised for meat and slaughtered in the area behind the dairy barns. So this was all horse area. It does give you another perspective on the ranch view. As you can see over there, that is the housing area. Clearly this is a new structure. Since it says Floyd Lamb State Park, that sort of dates that organization. Let's see what the outhouse looks like. It's fairly clean.